Hey, Black Power people. Peace of love to the Black family. This is Soul to See. My channel is Underground Warrior TV. My channel is Underground Warrior TV. If this your first time coming into my channel, please mash up those likes. It makes a lot of difference. Please share the video. It makes a lot of difference to me. You know, I'm trying to get that 1,000 subscriber mark. Y'all see where I'm at. The most important is the subscribe button and the notification button, so you always be in the crosshairs every time I drop a particular video, especially a hot video like this one. Y'all know I always come banging. You know what I'm saying? I'm banging for us. I'm banging in the name of the ancestor. When you hear me speak, I'm not only speaking for me. I'm trying to articulate the best way I can for us and for the ancestors, for all our people who suffer at the hands and brutal murder of those people. Not only that, the people who look like us, who murder us. We need to find a way to punish those who murder us for no reason at all. It should be a law. If you kill a black person for no particular reason at all, as a black person, I think you should get the death penalty. Because we got no room for tribal warfare. And we at war right now. Bombs dropping all the way around us and we can't even see it. But tonight, I want to speak on Brett Favre. I want to speak on the Iceman, Brett Favre, how he's being treated in the media, opposed to the Celtics coach, Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka, the coach of the Celtics, opposed to Brett Favre, criminal behavior. You feel what I'm saying? Sex, relationships, cheating, that happens. Is it a crime committed? Anybody been killed? I want to know why Brett Favre participation in criminal activity is not being exposed all over the news like it's supposed to be. But when you're black, you have this much margin for error. I tell my people that. I tell my family that. I tell everybody that. My family is my black family. I'm not talking about my immediate family. Sometimes when I'm on here banging, maybe my immediate family might take it personal when I say my family. I'm talking about my black family. I don't exclude myself from black people. No matter where you at, we all related. No matter where you at, we all related. I just want us to see the difference between mainstream media when it comes to dealing with white people who have committed heinous crimes and black people who commit crime or may be accused of a particular crime. They're more suitable for white supremacy to pull through the mud. Okay. Legendary NFL quarterback who went to Southern Mississippi had a donation for Hope donation set up for disabled people and people who have cancer. This money was misrepresented to build a volleyball stadium or a volleyball building for Southern Mississippi College, where Brett Favre attended, Now his daughter attends this particular university. She's on the volleyball team. So this money that Brad Favre pulled in was from donations to his particular foundation. This is supposed to be, this foundation is supposed to be for cancer patients, right? And people who suffer from disability, who's disabled physically. But he took the money instead and built a volleyball stadium because his daughter is on the volleyball team. There's other ways that he could have took that situation, and the school could have took in donations. I don't know if they're allowed to. I don't know if that's a law against school setting up a trust fund to build a stadium at the particular school. But I understand that because all rich white people, all rich black people write off taxes and send money to schools. Bill Cosby was a leading player in the HBU loans, but he don't get no props. He's a rapist now, as they say, the mainstream media. But all of a sudden, Brett Favre is in this trouble, and where he amassed $130,000, and this money was allocated to build something else other than help people. The foxhole go deeper. Him and the former governor of Mississippi made millions. This is not on the news every day. This is not drug in the news. I bet you my bottom dollar that the racist people in Boston sacrificed their coach to get him in the media, to take Brett Favre out of the media. How you gonna drag a Boston Celtic coach through the mud for natural behavior? Female and male going to interact. How you think we got here to this planet? I'm not making an excuse for no one's behavior, because I don't think you should have relationships with people that you work with. That's a conflict of interest. You at work with somebody for 8 to 9 to 10 hours, and you form a relationship with some people that you just met at work, but the person that you have a relationship with, you jeopardize that, and you've been in a relationship with them for so many, years, months, or whatever. Y'all invested time together, then you meet a motherfucker at work because you bored, you want to pass your time, and y'all having sex and whatnot. That what goes down in the work arena. People can't fool me and tell me people don't have work girlfriends, work boyfriends that go home to be with somebody else, especially the single life. It really goes down when you live in a single life at work. So they want to drag this brother through the mud. You know what I'm saying? Ime Udoka, it's a crying shame how Brett Favre has been labeled in Mississippi from the largest, been labeled in Mississippi for real. He's labeled in Mississippi, and Mississippi history. This is the largest scandal that ever happened in Mississippi as a result to the money scandal that was generated by Brett Favre and his cronies. And you mean to tell me it's not on the news? See, it's the complexity for the connection, because I listen real good. I remember Brett Favre in 2008, I'm sorry, y'all. 2008, being accused of sending a picture of his private part to a female, a cheerleader, a model named Sturger. Jen Sturger. It happened in 2008 when he played with the Jets. I believe he played with the Jets. It was 2008 when she came out with it. And it was like end of the season and of the Jets season. It was end of the Jets season when she bought it out. The media, some people broadcasted, some media people did. They didn't even pay her no attention. Then it came up again in 2009 season when he played for the Vikings. He was allowed to play football, allowed to continue without being disrupted by the commissioner, the NFL commissioner, to continue his role as a quarterback for the Vikings. And by the way, he shouldn't have got that job because there was a brother there named Tavares Jackson, number 7. Tavares Jackson, rest in peace, who should have had that starting position. Brett Favre came out of retirement in 1998. 2008, I'm sorry. Came out of retirement in 2008. Came out of retirement in 2008, went to the Jets. The Jets cut him, and he went to the Vikings, took Tavares Jackson's spot because he's supposed to have been the starter for that season. For the 2009 season, Tavares Jackson was supposed to be the starter for the Vikings. But here come Brett Favre. During that time, it was known that Brett Favre sent a picture of his private part. Then it gets deeper as I investigate. The sister, not the sister, but the white lady says that he also sent pictures of himself masturbating in Crocs shoes. Yeah. Remember, Brett Favre admitted that he was on painkillers and played football on painkillers, and he was full of liquor when he played football. He was drunk out there playing football, but he get a pass. Complexion for the connection. No doubt in my mind that I believe Boston community, Boston politicians, Boston hierarchy went out their way to take the pressure off Brett Favre. That's how they do. They cover for each other. You feel me? Just like when white man named Chad Wheeler, who played football for the Seahawks, January of 2021, dates a black woman, chokes her out. She goes unconscious. He thought he killed her. You can look this up. They kept that out the media. He had his fingers down her throat. Then he choked her out. I'm talking about he literally put his fingers in her mouth, choked her out. He choked her out. After the fact that he put bruises upside her head and her face with his fists. A lineman, an offensive lineman, jumps on a little boutique black woman, and that wasn't in the news, and he only got attempted assault where she went unconscious when he choked her out. The police found her in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, bloody. They heard her screaming from the house. They go in and arrest this dude, Chad Wheeler, and ESPN, all news outlets alike, didn't report it. That'd have been Antonio Brown. It would have been all on the news. But Brett Favre get that pass because he got the complexion for the connection. You feel what I'm saying? I got to give Stephen A. Smith his props. I was watching ESPN where he dropped a jewel. I get credit where credit due, even though Stephen A. Smith in the past have been doing some coonish work to me. Maybe he didn't think it was coonish, but he was doing some coonish stuff. But he called it out. He said he don't hear none of this in the major media about Brett Favre. He said this had been a black man, it'd been all on the news. It's different treatment. But Brett Favre been getting the pass. You feel what I'm saying? He got the complexion for the connection. Black quarterbacks, they got it hard in the NFL. You feel what I'm saying? No matter how bad Brett Favre been played in football games, you never seen them yank him. Donovan McNabb proved to himself that he was one of the elite quarterbacks. Don't you believe this? Andy Reid pulled Brett Favre before. Pulled Donovan McNabb before. This dude been getting in trouble, man. He drunk. Sending women lewd pictures. Lewd behavior. Masturbating. You know what I'm saying? But this is the perverted thing that the entertainers are into. Yeah, football players are entertainers. Certain football players that reach a certain plateau in life, they be part of these fraternities. True indeed. And Brett Favre, he's part of the fraternity. He's one of the good old boys. He may be a proud boy, shit, far as we concerned, because it's like he untouchable. They're not dragging him through the media like they dragging the Celtics coach having an affair, and then the person that he had an affair with is not being ostracized, not being named. I wonder who that could be. I bet it's a white woman. See, they trick you brothers all the time. Antonio Brown, another one. They got him in the news. White girl playing with her in the pool. She all up on the brother. Hugging him, kissing him. They doing all kind of stuff together. He think it's cool to let her see what's happening. She go back and tell. Everybody see it. They go back and tell, man, you know what you did, dude. You a clown. They encourage you to act like a clown. And then they lynch you for acting like a clown. Those people ain't the same people, Antonio Brown. Something's wrong with all people who date outside their race. I'm not going to say all, but the majority of people who date outside their race, something be gone up there mentally, man. Especially when they hate where they come from. Antonio Brown dip and dab with these white women and act crazy with them. And then they expose him. When they encourage, you can hear people in the video that I was watching Antonio Brown in the pool with this white woman hugged up, and they playing in the pool. He exposed himself at the pool, man. Thought it was cool. She probably, I don't know. She probably made him aroused or something, playing with her. I don't know. But he did that stupid shit. But Brett Favre can do that, and it's cool. Hey, this is Underground Warrior TV. Mash the like, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm gone. Black power to the people.